town you never heard of. Hey everybody, welcome to the Common Folk Podcast with Ben, Morgan, and Andy.
Welcome back to Common Folk.
Let's go. Podcast for the people, by the people.
People could only see Ben right now.
What's so funny?
Look at that tattered. How old is that? Would you call that a fleece?
Yeah, I guess.
Was that from
flannel? It's a flannel.
Flannel from 1980?
It's been used.
That hole got bit out by a mouse.
No, come on.
Okay, I'm just making that up. I really don't know.
They were rats.
Okay, rats. I was just roasting him, you guys, before we hit record because it's like going to be 74 today, and he's in like a parka.
Yeah, we're down at the beach over the weekend.
Jeez,
Yeah.
you are in
At the lake?
swimsuits or
really?
what?
Open toes, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, some of the kids, waded around. They didn't go swimming, but got their
Was there
got their toes
still
in.
ice in
Got
the
in
water,
there a
right?
We just went to that little sand pit lake.
Oh,
so
okay.
I didn't.
Well, I was
see
looking
any
at
ice.
our lake, and man, it's melting fast.
Yeah.
I'm sure all them ice fishermen hate that.
Got to go north.
Do you
Yeah.
ever do that, ice fishing? Have you guys ever done that on Chasing the Dream?
Yeah. We're putting together an episode right now, but we've gone a few times.
Okay.
And we put out short videos and social media stuff.
Okay. I just didn't know if that was ever actually a part of it.
I love ice fishing. It's a great way to kill an afternoon or spend a weekend just in a warm hut.
I can't say I've
eating
ever
beef
done
jerky, drinking beer. It's almost like a nuisance if you catch a fish.
Why? Aren't you there to do that?
It's just, I don't know. You're just comfortable in your chair and you got the little buddy heater going and you're just sharing stories. I don't know.
It seems like
It's
it
fun.
just doesn't even work. Like you're literally on ice and you have a frickin' heater, Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
Some of those people who are super serious about it, they have like little fires on the
Yeah.
ice.
No.
Yeah.
Basically houses on wheels.
They got houses, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
it turns into like a little community, like a little township on a frozen lake. Yeah.
Pretty
Wow. Yeah. Well, we don't have to worry about that with the weather.
Not around here.
Only till Thursday.
cool. Yeah, it's supposed to get cold again. But not right now. It's nice right now.
Yep.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
So yeah, topic today. We talked about this a few months ago actually, and since then, more and more stuff's come out. It's more and more in the news, but I kind of feel like it's kind of tailing off too, which these typical news cycles do on these things. And I feel like a lot. I don't hear a lot of people, like when I'm just hanging out with people or whatever. I don't hear a lot of people talking about this. They're not like, oh yeah, by the way, did you hear this or did you dig into this or whatever? Like it comes up a little bit here and there, but it's not like a big like social topic. But I feel like most people probably feel like us and are wondering what in the actual hell is going on? Why do I keep hearing these random things? So what we're talking about is the Epstein files, that keeps coming out. We keep getting like built up like, oh, there's going to be this big drop of Epstein files. And then they drop, 20,000 pages or whatever. And then
2 million pages.
Yeah. Then for like a week we hear, oh, this person's in there. Oh, they did this. Oh, they did that. And then it goes away.
Yeah.
And then a couple months later, oh yeah, now here comes 2 million pages. Oh, now this person. And the crazy thing, I don't know how to say it, but the shitty thing is that like I keep hearing names of people that I really like.
Right. Yeah.
Or at least I did like.
Yeah. Well, for me, like one of the guys that I think is tough to look past, and you hate to hear it because you liked all of his work anyway. I thought I liked all of his movies. Was Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew he was eating babies from Gump.
Whoa, Morgan's getting into it.
But that's, there
Seriously,
you go. Like if you want,
he's been on my blacklist for.
Dude, Tom Hanks has had
Woody.
such good movies.
yeah, Castaway.
Get him out of here.
Forrest Gump.
And you watch that guy, I mean, he's such a good actor, man.
Yeah.
Like you watch the stuff that he does, it's so like believable, and he's like, I don't know,
Yeah.
such a good actor.
Yeah, like wholesome.
Oh, so wholesome.
Seems like
Touching kids.
Jeez.
Man.
You asked for it, man.
I'm just saying, he was on the top of my list years ago.
Well, why? How did he get put on the top of your list years ago? Like,
Because I follow this account. I'm not kidding. And everyone thought it was a conspiracy. And even my own husband thought I was crazy when I was bringing him this stuff. And sure enough, who's right? This girl sitting here.
Well, okay. Why?
Like,
how are you basing that? Like, what do you mean you're right? Just
because they called it Pizzagate. Oh, we're eating pizza. Come over here. You want some pizza? That's code.
Yeah.
No, we know what code is now.
What's crazy is
It's insane.
like that kind of thing. I saw, like, I've seen some videos that pop up of like these celebrities, you know, like they're being interviewed or whatever, or they're talking to each other. It's on camera, and they're literally talking about like these pizza parties and like, oh yeah, we go. Yeah, all those people, they have the best pizza. They always have 5 different kinds of pizza when we go to their party, and it's just, you can't get any better pizza. Yeah. And it's like,
it's pretty rough.
It's like, is that, like, what the fuck's really going on? Like, do they really have that good a pizza? Is that what?
No.
Or
they have different children lined up.
Yeah, but it's not, I don't think it's even that, and that's where like the cloudiness of this comes. I think a lot of it is not even like that it's just kids. I think, you know, from the sounds of it, it's just humans being flesh trafficked in general. Yeah. No, I'm talking about the eating thing.
Oh, geez.
I mean, we're getting into it.
Yeah.
Like
they have pictures out there, you guys. If I actually, when you said that, oh, people aren't talking about this. Okay, so I do some hair, a little bit on the side for friends, and I had a friend over, my best friend, and she had no idea what was going on, and I'm like, do you live under a rock?
See, so there you go. That's what I mean. Like a lot of people just don't know.
Did you not know these people are eating humans like they're cows? Like, this is a thing, people. Wake the F up. Wake up. This is real. This is not fake. It's out there. Like, I don't understand how we today are turning a blind eye to this bullshit.
Don't you wonder, like, you know, around here, if someone goes missing or whatever, like, it's going to be on the news.
No, it's not.
You don't think so?
7 or 8 years ago on Church Road, there was a vehicle that was just on fire, torched, and it was smoldering when it got called in, and a local law enforcement swung by and said, "Oh yeah, there's 2 bodies in the backseat. We'll check it out when it." I mean, you might have been on one of the calls for that.
I wasn't.
But what have you heard about those 2 people?
Yeah, nothing I've heard.
Yeah.
What did you hear about all those kids in Africa at Oprah's orphanage? How did those kids all go missing? Shocker.
There's a lot out there.
I mean, I'm just saying.
What I was getting at was with yours, like, people go missing all the time.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that, unfortunately, just don't have a support system behind them, so you don't notice, and nobody's looking for these people.
Well, what's wild to me is, like, when people sound the alarm. So, like, you know, if some of those people go missing or whatever, there's family members, you know, that are like, oh, where's so-and-so or whatever, and they might be sounding the alarm. You know, they're talking to the police department, they're talking to the news stations, they're doing whatever.
Yeah.
And we hear this stuff, you know, as people, and then we're just like, oh, yeah. Like, there's this mentality of, like, that it doesn't affect me.
Right.
Right? It's out of sight, out of mind. It doesn't affect me. So what I got to... I mean, yeah, that sucks. That sounds pretty crazy, but it doesn't affect my life.
Well, it actually does, and you actually do abide, because if you raise a stink about it, like the people, well, we're just talking like Ellen DeGeneres' first wife. You might accidentally crash your car for no reason.
Right.
Or you might get suicidal, you know? I mean,
right. Ellen's DJ.
There's always an underlying... The Obama's chef, you know.
His boat flipped over just miraculously in the lake.
A world-class swimmer was out paddleboarding, and he drowned.
And all that stuff just goes away.
Yeah.
Like, there's never no one's ever held accountable.
That's with all this, and I mean, you get into Pizzagate and all this stuff, and there's a lot of evidence out there, but the tweet that I just always see and just sticks with me is Elon Musk saying, "Oh, by the way, nobody's been arrested."
Yeah.
True.
So, like,
right. We're all just like talking about it.
That's that message. Like, talk about it, fine.
And speaking of people being arrested, like, obviously, you know, Epstein was arrested. He offed himself, right? Blah, blah, blah.
I don't know.
That Ghislaine, or however you pronounce her name, I've heard it pronounced 10 different times. Maxwell, his air quotes girlfriend, which is super weird, is obviously arrested. She's in federal custody, I guess,
for trafficking people to nobody.
Yeah.
Right.
And she's not talking.
No, she pled the fifth. Big time.
She won't say anything.
Right.
I mean, what the hell? What the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Like, have you watched that? Everyone has this available to them. The documentary on Netflix. They call it Filthy Rich, which I think that's like the head name of this thing, and then they have different episodes of like different types of people or whatever.
Oh yeah, you can tear apart the Rockefellers. You can get into whoever. Yeah.
So they've got one out right now on Epstein. I think it's been out for a while, probably.
It's been out for a very long time, and I watched the first one of it, and it just had to deal with him getting in trouble in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's 4 episodes in there. We've watched 3 of them. And it does start to get in a little bit deeper where it starts implicating some of the other political figures and so on and so forth. But my point is that this is out there with an pretty in-depth, in-your-face explanation of what was going on.
Survivors are talking. And
And it's not I feel like, is it even doing anything?
Well, and I think there's another one on Netflix. No, to your point, I don't think it is.
How can you? What else could you do? How much more in your face could it be presented to the American people, to the powers that be, to the world? Because there's people from the world involved in this thing. What could anybody do better to get this out there and to get something done
and get people arrested? Is you're saying,
and I don't feel like it's getting anything done.
Well, I feel like there's 2 huge things happening here. For one, just bringing it to light brings up awareness. So now, I mean, I am kind of looking out more for the neighbor kid. You know, it does impact me. You know, so strip that away. It's also forcing. You know, I mentioned it a couple episodes ago. You have to be able to admit evil is real.
Yeah.
You have to recognize it, or at least give it its due, for a multitude of reasons. But when you recognize it and you say, okay, it is a thing, and we're at least talking about it, that forces evil more underground. You know what I mean? Like now they have to shift gears, go more underground, be less seen, be less open in front. You're not seeing celebrities bicker about pizzas now, are you? Talking about the different kind of pizza.
No, they're just going to switch a different name or something.
You know, so good things are happening. It's like, and just you don't like these people are shallow, so like they don't want to associate themselves with that type of evil. They don't want to get caught up in that. So just like down this weird chain, they're straightening out. You know what I mean?
But are they, is my question. Are they just changing a name?
Yeah, or
are
they
they
just going
still
deeper?
doing it? And I mean, when someone's that disgusting like he is, you aren't just going to not do it. I mean, he was in jail.
I think
it can't be out in the open like it was. I'm saying it's taking its toll.
I think these people have a mentality in a way of life that we can't even begin to understand.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like we can't even. I always try to put myself in other people's shoes when I'm dealing with other people. Like, let me try to feel like how that person's feeling right now or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's even possible to do with these people. Like they're on such a completely different universe that you can't even understand how they think and what their motivations are, and it like the regular things don't apply to them.
Yeah, like money doesn't apply.
Right.
Like,
and when we look at something like, oh, this is all out in the open now, and you're being exposed. We got you. Now you need to stop. Like to them, I don't think they even think that. I think they're just like,
not.
They're just like, oh.
Obviously not. But that's what I'm saying. We're crossing that threshold.
Yeah.
I
feel like they're just going to get craftier. I mean, if you guys don't even know, it's a real thing. Wayfair was even in on it. Missing children that have very unique names. Don't worry, you could buy a stand-up chest for $15,000 on Wayfair with the name of the missing child.
Yikes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Like, this is real documented stuff. So then we're just now going to be getting craftier and hiding it, and other businesses are going to get in on this. I mean, this is like absolutely mind-blowing insane.
Yeah.
So I don't know, again, to the people that have not heard this, if it makes you that sick and you just want to turn a blind eye, then fine, you do you. But understand, like to your point, Andy, take a look out for other kids, because in that docuseries or whatever, of course they're preying on more children that don't have an amazing home life. That's easier, right?
Yeah.
So
That's what they're doing.
That's easier to traffic. That's easier to grab, but it can happen to your best friend.
And years ago, Ashley and I will get into that, like unsolved mysteries and things like that.
Yeah.
And we're on a kind of a binge for a couple of months there, and just some of these missing, children's stories. They all had the common denominator of no one gave a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't have good parents. They're at their uncle. They were living with their uncle who was a drunk. It was just, that was the common denominator, that nobody cared.
Yeah.
And that was also the thing that was never addressed in any of those documentaries. It's just
In that one that's on Netflix, it's absolutely addressed. Like they put it
Very
right in your
apparent.
face that 90% of. So first of all, let's go back to that real quick so people understand it. So you were talking about it goes over kind of his Florida case and all the things that happened to him. Mm-hmm. They lay out very clearly that Jeffrey Epstein had this mansion on Palm Beach, that multiple people were bringing young girls to his mansion.
mostly young girls were bringing young girls.
Like he had recruiters.
They were bringing each other.
Yeah.
Maxwell was bringing them. There was other older women involved that were bringing them to give him air quote massages that always turned into sexual interactions that these girls were not comfortable with, but they were stuck in the position, right? So that happened. Period.
Yes, it's fact.
Happened a lot.
And the Florida DA is like, what in the hell? Why isn't he getting sentenced? This is a rock solid case.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't it?
And you're talking about girls from 12 to 20.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the first domino that fell on that? So these two girls were fighting. Like you see those videos on TikTok where the girls are fighting, grabbing each other's hair. And one was accusing the other one of being a hoe and being a prostitute, and $300 was just floating around in the air. And it was crisp $100 bills. Like, where the hell did this come from? The superintendent principal got involved. And, like, that's from that old guy that she's giving blowjobs to. That's from that old guy and then that was the first thing.
That's how it started.
That's how it started. They started investigating, well, who's this old guy giving crisp $100 bills to these girls fighting in the hallway?
Yeah, it was $200 if you give a massage.
So they
wow.
and they interview a bunch of these girls, and that's what we were talking about a minute ago, was like their background story of these girls. And every single one of them, it's got something very wrong at home. Mm-hmm. And therefore, like mentally, they were pretty vulnerable.
Sure.
But there was even some of these girls who were like straight A students, were excelling in school, but at home, mom was on drugs, dad wasn't around, whatever.
Had a little sister, had two little brothers.
Yeah, and then people and also what was super interesting that I didn't realize. So Palm Beach, you think about that and you think, oh my God, that's crazy high class, all this crazy stuff, right?
Yeah,
it is. But West Palm Beach,
waterfront is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
West Palm Beach is trailer parks and tore down houses and
Poverty.
yes, and that's where so many of these girls were coming from.
Of course.
So he was like infiltrating that, but yeah, it
And then it goes to after that episode to the island, and then you're trapped when you went to the island.
Yeah, one of the things that pissed me off about that Filthy Rich was as soon as they kind of broke the case, and the girls kind of let them in on how the network worked and how they were basically, after you gave them a couple handies and you got tired of you turned into a recruiter if you wanted to keep getting paid. And they're like, well, you're in trouble. And the girl's like, what? Yeah, you're in trouble too. I'm like, this is what's wrong with this whole, you're punishing the people that are bringing this to light. And I don't think girls should be recruiting other girls, but it's not their fault.
Yeah.
Like, they're getting put in the, like, give them some grace, give them some breaks. I'm sure they did, but I was just so mad when that detective came down on the first girl that, brought it to light.
So the problem with it is, number one, Are they in the wrong? Yes, they're in the wrong, obviously. Those
Sure.
girls doing that.
Sure.
The problem is when when it's unfair that one of them gets the burden of all this that's been going on when there's a bunch of them doing it.
Yeah.
And there was ones doing it for her, above her, whatever. So she brings it to the light. She's the one that gets punished, right? That sucks. That's
That's what I'm
yeah.
at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you don't want to go to the
Well,
police.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
we're talking
Yeah.
a lot about this show. I mean, again, when we opened, you can't even begin to talk about all of it. But this is very enlightening, the show.
What
But I
I'm,
think
what I'm trying to piece together is how it all happened. So we're talking about this is how he started.
well, we
doing this
think
stuff.
slowly. I mean, they
Right,
said
with
he
these-
was like a man lover back in frickin' high school.
Right. No, he's
So-
he's always been he's always been a womanizer or whatever.
Yes.
Right? But my point is everything
Not a man lover, sorry.
they do implicate him with some men as well. But
Sure.
Well, yeah.
my point is that what everybody's talking about right now is all these celebrities and political figures that are involved in this. So I'm trying to piece together in my mind, how did we get to that? And what I think is what we're talking about right now. This is how it started.
It's like a slow burn.
He was in this mansion in Palm Beach getting these girls. He was slowly building a lot of confidence. He's untouchable, all these kinds of things.
Sure.
And then I think he started introducing this lifestyle to high-profile figures that he knew. So he had been doing, to
Like
me,
his neighbor there
yeah,
in Florida.
to me,
Yeah.
in my mind, he was doing this basically on his own, for his own self, for a long time. And then he started realizing, oh, I can get some of these other people involved.
But he got, quote unquote, caught. So how can he think that he was able to
Still-
get away with it? I mean, he did get on work relief for 12 hours a day, which is asinine.
Yeah, still nothing really happened to him.
Okay, so
Yeah, that's what happens. Is again
Because he's
I said-
untouchable.
when I said these people have a different mentality, he doesn't get held to the same standard as the regular everyday tax-paying
Right.
citizen.
Yeah.
He essentially got away with these things, and then just continued to double down.
well, and he had houses in, I think they listed 5 different places outside of the island. So then he was definitely doing it in the one in Paris because there was one girl that got interviewed there, I feel like. So
So-
he probably was doing it wherever he was moving to.
So how many Jeffreys do you think are still out there?
Oh, I
You
think
do-
he's still alive.
Oh wow, jeez, you think he's still alive? But I'm getting at when you
just
say
other.
he's just a tool for. I don't know what you call it, like a foreign government to blackmail other governments or celebrities and all high profile people, just so they when they need a narrative, you can lean on this guy that we have blackmailed. Like, isn't that the whole Epstein thing, right? Get them to the island, compromise them, feed them pizza, whatever.
Take pictures so it's like on camera.
But don't you think if you're this powerful and you can do that and you have a dipstick like Jeffrey Epstein, wouldn't you have a dozen dipsticks?
I think
yeah.
so. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like-
He has people.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm getting at is
Like, who are the others?
and our guard is raised. So like it's not going to be as easy for the next Jeffrey Epstein to get this big and this powerful. And maybe he already is. Maybe she already is. I don't know. But
I mean,
I feel like
yeah.
I feel like the foundation of this ugliness is being chipped away, and it's being chipped away quite a bit. And it's gross.
I think they said
it's
like
really gross. What's
Jay-Z
coming out.
is like way up there. I mean,
Yeah.
he's definitely one of them. And everyone thought Kanye was crazy, but actually he was revealing a lot of things, I think. And just,
Let me ask you about this guy.
yeah.
Because this is a hill that me and a couple others have always been willing to die on, and that's in support of Michael Jackson.
Oh,
I
I'm
always thought
totally sending you stuff on this.
I always thought Michael Jackson, I'm like, man, he's a weird guy, but that's about it. And
Yeah.
and my defense in him was always like, well, you're kind of getting at it with these people are on another level.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jackson would write his own song, choreograph it all, make up a dance moves, make up movies for that song. Like, and this all just came out of his head. Like, he didn't have a choreographer writing dance routines. He didn't have songwriters helping him put, like, that was all him. So, like, I just couldn't imagine, like, if I'm Michael Jackson, I walk into a stadium that I packed of 70,000 people to watch me, And I just know that I'm so much more talented than every single one of these assholes. Like, could you imagine?
Yeah.
Like, just being that much better than everybody? I can only compare it to, like, when I would go to a track meet and you'd see all the tiers of athletes. Like, oh, there's the sprinters. And those guys, they carry themselves. They carry themselves a different way. Of course they do. They're the fastest.
Well, haven't you
They're the
heard
Ferraris.
that, like, he had his island, he supposedly
Neverland Ranch?
Yeah, but he was being framed as that was going on there, like Epstein, but really he was saving the children.
Yeah, he was protecting them, right? And
he was taking them there to protect the children, but yet we framed him as he was crazy.
Wacko Jacko.
And yeah.
But see,
Look at his face.
I always thought Neverland.
Just wait. Just give it 3 years, Ben.
The problem
Morgan's going to be right.
The problem with Neverland Ranch is all the kids that were there always rushed to his defense. And I don't think it's like a Munchin House,
I don't either.
Beauty and the Beast, Belle type of a situation here. I think these boys, Corey Feldman, Macaulay
Culkin.
and they still stand by his side and defend him. And they're saying cryptic things like, finally the truth is coming out. And Michael thought he was protecting these kids because I think Michael was abused. I really do.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's a weird guy.
Wasn't there a series on the Jacksons family? Like the dad?
Know.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
But I don't know. It just, for me, it never really added up. And I'm like, why are we piling on this guy? Is it just jealousy? Probably a lot of it,
Or was it some kind of deflecting?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
By the powers that be, making sure like, hey, look
He's the
over
bad
here,
guy.
look what this guy's doing, and then you won't talk about this over here.
Okay, I'm going to
You're
say...
also mad at him because he's protecting these damn boys. Like, these boys are prime.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say who put out a lot of this information years ago. His name, the account is IWENDTSTER. So it's Ian Wendt.
And is this
Go look at his
X account or
little,
what?
no, it's just on Instagram. Go look at his little tiles or his little circles. There's so many, and Michael Jackson and Macaulay Culkin are in one.
I think the smoking gun with Michael Jackson is all these boys that he was accused of doing bad things to all came to his defense, not the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they're very open and out there about it. So, but it didn't matter because the narrative had been set. He was already on the cover of People magazine as being a child molester, a predator, Neverland Ranch. And it's all so weird.
Yeah.
It is so weird. But I do believe that Michael is trying to protect those boys. I do.
I do too.
So,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't have any reason necessarily not to believe it. It just, again, it's very strange.
very strange.
You know.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not going.
Yeah.
But like, and that's the thing. We're probably bringing things up to people that really they've never heard. We honestly, again,
Maybe.
if my friend and my sisters I've talked to didn't know about this,
It is just.
we got some issues.
And
It's
not
nice to
issues.
think
It's just
about it.
I think it's
The other thing that's tough, one of you said it earlier, like, oh, if you haven't heard this, where have you been? And you need to, open your eyes and stuff like that. The thing is I think a lot of people consciously make the decision of like, no,
tune out.
It's too
yeah,
much.
I don't want to know.
I agree. I don't
like,
I don't love that stuff either. But at what point do you need to know some basis that even it doesn't matter if you're right or left. We have Republicans that were on this damn island too. Okay, right? Like we're calling bullshit on. It's not a party thing. This is like a little bit of know some info. And you don't have to know it all.
It's not a party thing at all. You're right. I mean,
But
it
I
has nothing
think
to do
some
with that.
people are thinking it. Oh, we're just outing, these celebrities. No, it's not just celebrities.
What people have to understand is that, like you said earlier, Andy, that evil exists. There's good and evil. It's been like that since the beginning of time, right? It's built in our existence,
Yeah.
and so that's obviously real. Republican and Democrat, left and right, that's just a human construct. That's just something that we made up. That's not even real. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Two parties.
yeah.
that's
It's
not
not even like that's not even
Yeah.
that's not even like a fundamental
Well, who made it up? What do you mean?
existence of a fundamental piece of human existence.
Right.
That's just something we made up. That's just terms we made up. That's two teams that we created, that humans created.
Yeah.
200 years ago, 300 years ago, whatever it was.
Yeah, to try and build upon what was a good system at the time.
Yeah, and my point is, what people have to understand is that that's not even real. We just made that up. What's real is things like good and evil. That's real.
Kindness, giving grace, tolerance.
Like that
are real.
is
Yeah.
for real out there.
True.
That's not something that you have some kind of control over, or you can put a name on, or you can categorize or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's where a lot of that does get manipulated. That's where you can get to a place where you feel you're the good guy, but you're just doing heinous things. It just happened yesterday in Grand Island, Nebraska. We had an ICE protest at a high school again, at a school. And one guy felt the need to voice his opinion. Free country. You can voice your opinion. It's a free country.
Yeah.
So he started hollering at these kids, pro-Trump rhetoric. And one of the kids threw a rock or a brick or something at him, clocked him.
Oh.
So he hopped out of his vehicle and chased him down, started wailing on this kid. Then a bunch of kids jumped on him and started wailing him.
Oh, jeez.
It's like, what are you, any of you, what the hell are any of you doing?
Yeah.
You've been so had
Right,
by it all, where both of you think you're doing what's right. And they both, if you interview both of them, they're going to tell you about the same story.
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing this because I have to, because it's the right thing to do, and blah, blah, blah. No, that's not kindness. That's not giving grace. That's not tolerance, you asshole. You threw a brick at a guy.
Yeah.
What is tolerant about that?
And my point is, with what I was saying there earlier, is exactly what you're talking about there. People get so wrapped up in these fake, not even fake, just these terms that we made up, these divisions that we've created. They get so wrapped up in that, it becomes their identity.
Yeah.
And then they start making decisions based on that. And they forget about what the actual underlying real factors is. Like we said, good and evil. Like if you looked at it from that point of view, as opposed to like a Republican Democrat point of view, you would start realizing a bigger picture. These things that we define, like it gets your mind into this smaller picture, and gets you stuck in this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You can compartmentalize it. You've been manipulated. You've been had.
Yeah.
But as we're talking about all this Epstein stuff, and then you brought up the ICE stuff, I mean, I haven't seen as much ICE stuff on the news lately. So again, it's kind of like teeter-totter. Now we're talking about all the Epstein stuff, and Savannah Guthrie's mom, where is she at? We're just like you said, some things disappear and then some things resurface. It's like they, meaning the news, just trying to feed us kind of a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, am I wrong? I guess I don't watch the news a ton.
You mentioned Guthrie there. That's interesting. So you're in that conspiracy then, right?
Yeah. Did you read her book that she used to?
Her daughter, Nancy's daughter, Savannah.
They used to fake kidnappings when they were younger.
Well, Savannah, I don't know about that one.
Oh, I do.
That's amazing.
That's in her actual. That's in her actual book.
I'm talking about she did an interview over child pedos, and it was said that she was told not to do that, and she did it anyway. And then this is your retaliation. We told you not to interview that guy about that topic, and now your mom's gone. That's the cut and dried short story.
If people wonder if that kind of stuff really goes on, again, you go back to this Netflix documentary. There's a lady that they interview. I can't remember what outlet she's with, but how it started was she was tasked with digging up information on this billionaire, Palm Beach billionaire that is just kind of in the shadows. No one really knows who he is.
How did he get his money?
There's this super cool thing going on. Like, let's go have some fun and go talk to this guy and figure out who he is. So she's like, oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
So she goes in there and starts digging in. Then people start talking. Then it starts unraveling. Then she starts figuring things out. Then she puts this whole thing together and gets ready to launch it. And someone goes to her supervisor or whatever, and they say, oh yeah, we're not going to do this. And then they go to her, and I don't think they even actually. She submitted her
Yeah.
Her
article.
interview, yeah.
Yeah. And then they edited all of it and
course.
only published the stuff about like how cool he is and how,
Totally.
how secret he is, like all this stuff.
Mysterious millionaire.
He got paid off.
And they're sitting there interviewing this lady, and she's like, here's all the stuff that I had. Like, this
Yeah.
is all in black and white. Here's the girls. You can go talk to the girls. And they did, all this. And just the powers that be said, nope, we're not going to put that
Wasn't
in
it in
print.
like People magazine or something? I mean, it's
It
like
wasn't People, but
unbelievable. Sir. Yeah.
like that
happens.
literally happens. Like, so then you wonder, okay, what's the behind the scenes conversation? It was one of Epstein's lawyers or whatever goes to this paper or this magazine and is like, hey, this is how this is going to work. What do? They offer him money or,
Yeah.
There's Ariana Huffington, right? She's had a bunch of pictures with Ghislaine Maxwell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So like, and what does she run? The New York Post or something?
Yeah, there's some. I mean,
The
it's-
Huffington Post, duh.
Yeah,
There you go.
it's all so connected. It makes me want to throw up.
But okay, I mean, then back to the crux is it's all about control, right? With this thing, it's in order to be able to control the narrative, blackmail people, and it's pretty basic when you get down to it. It's just, goddamn, just really spiraled out.
And I don't think when you look at it, I don't think that the creation of Jeffrey Epstein was like this big conspiracy theory
Not at all.
to rope in a bunch of world leaders. You know what I mean? Like, I think this was just this freaking weirdo narcissist just doing his thing. And then some people started taking notice and then probably started thinking, oh, we could take advantage of that. Let's do that. Let's get in on that. Let's get some people over there, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I don't think it was from go, like this has been the whole plan.
No, he had to fit a profile, and he fit it great.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. He wants to rub shoulders with the elites and get
But
them to
you
an
do
island.
got to wonder where in
Yeah.
how do you own 4 or 5 mansions on
And
different
a frickin'
continents,
island.
an island, boats, airplanes, a 727 or a 737, like not just a private jet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that money was coming from somewhere. So early on, some big.
Well, early on, they said he mastered lying. Like he didn't have an education, a
Right.
full degree, and somehow he was able to teach at Harvard.
Yeah, as a
Like
professor.
as a professor. I mean, he was a master manipulator from freaking 10 years old. So like this guy, they never talk about his parents, but I would love to watch a different series more about him. But again, it shouldn't make me chuckle, but again, Ben hates money, right? Like we should get him a shirt. This all goes back to money. If this guy was who he was without money, the shit wouldn't work.
Yeah,
Let's be real.
that was what gave him the
peel
ability.
it
Yeah.
back. It is a money grab.
And it was the influence that money has on the life of those girls and women that motivated them to get themselves in that position.
Everything. It's so
Because when you hear the interviews with those girls when they were talking to each other, when they were recruiting, they would go talk to their buddy and be like, "Hey, I know a dude you can go get $200 from. All you gotta do is
just
give him a
an
massage."
hour.
And the girls are like,
Yeah.
"I really need $200."
Yeah.
And
You can go back to like horrific acts, like let's say 9/11 is what it is on the surface, and I remember we were watching some documentary like that, and my dad, who once again, Air Force guy, pretty level-headed, and I'm like, oh my God, how could that happen? How could they get that information out of that guy? That's an American, and that's he's like, what do you mean? Like, what's to say if someone were to offer me $500,000, all you need to do is give me that key to that door, and no questions asked, just give me the key, $500,000.
right.
Put yourself in that spot. $500,000.
Yeah.
You don't know anything other than you just gave access to a door.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all. So like, you don't have to hold the weight of you were responsible. All you did was just kind of help out along the way, and you got paid for it.
Yeah.
But
For the majority of us, we've been taught, and our lives have been built to where that money does have a very much of a power over us. Mm-hmm. We have debt, we have house payments, we have car payments, we have whatever else, different things we've had to do over the years, student loans, all these kinds of things. And that, to me, is something that's kind of by design because again, you can have so much influence with that. Like you said,
Sure.
if someone shows up and says, I can wipe all that out for you.
Yeah.
I just couldn't sleep well.
No,
Knowing
it
that.
would be tough, no doubt. Yeah.
I don't know.
Andy's like, all right,
Do
give
you
me
know that?
$500,000.
I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
You know, like you could swear to yourself you'd use the money for good, whatever.
Right,
So
yeah.
I don't know. It's
I get where
it's
you're
tough.
going. Like
It's
there's a
tough.
different mentality, or you could go there. If you don't know, you don't.
And I also think it shows why there's some really good people that got caught up in this and got framed in a way to where that's not what they were looking for. They were just looking to go to an island and party,
Well, and there was.
But are you that dumb?
Well,
I
I think a lot of people are.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. If it's too good to be true, it's too good to be
Well,
true.
and there were and that's the
Not
thing.
for some of these people.
Again, yeah, it's a totally different kind of lifestyle. Like that may not be out of the ordinary for a lot of these people to go
Yeah.
hang out on $1 billion
Go get
island.
a private jet to take you to an island.
And that one of the girls that they interviewed, who was like one of his head girls or whatever, she literally said, "There's a ton of people that came here and never did anything.
Yeah.
They came, they had dinner. They had some drinks, whatever. They went back, they got on their boat and went back home. Like a lot of that
Yep.
was going on
Of course.
as well.
But with these files that people are posting or whatever, I want to understand who is the one that's like blacking out things and why are we doing that?
That's a good question.
Like if
isn't
we're
it?
releasing stuff, can we just release it?
Well,
Why are we blacking it out?
What they're hanging it on is that they're protecting the innocent is what they're hanging it on. So they're saying like
They're blacking out the innocent names.
that's part of it. Yes.
But,
So
have
they
we
don't
actually-
want they don't want the names of some of these victims to be released to the public because
But I feel
who
like
knows
there's
what the
other
public's gonna do
things.
with
Like
it.
I've read a sentence
Oh,
and I
there
was
is,
like,
yeah.
oh, that's not a name sentence.
But
like we're blacking
my
out.
point is all they're talking about is we're just trying to protect the innocent. That's all they're talking about.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, the redacted files are to protect the innocent, even though one of the last couple of dumps, all they did was name the victims
Right.
and protected the
I'm like, but who is the
perps.
person that's releasing? Is it a person? Is it a company? Who's releasing files? Who had these?
short
we know?
answer is just the U.S. government, right? The
Yeah.
FBI.
It is the FBI.
DOJ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's. Another thing that I think should just scare the hell out of everybody is how the FBI, or I guess not the FBI, but our government just decided to just go abduct the Venezuelan president. Have you looked into that? How they did that?
I haven't. No.
Holy shit!
No, I don't know.
Wow. Like,
It's
that's
another
scary,
one.
That's scary as hell.
It's another one that's just gone away.
It did.
You know.
But I did see that he had like 5 change of clothes within 24 hours.
What do you mean by that?
Well, they like showed different clips of him. They were like, did he change his clothes like 5 different times? Or are these all just old, like
Oh.
staged, like he was in different outfits, but yet our people were behind him and taking him? Was this
Yeah.
AI? Was it like, what's this about? It was just interesting.
Yeah,
Like,
there's a lot there, but the way that we neutralized all the different threats, including like radar, including like all these, drones that were there to protect him.
Yeah.
and then we got him.
We just flew right in, dropped a couple guys off. He went inside, grabbed him, flew out.
There was some word that there was some kind of like sonic
Yeah.
device deployed that like basically paralyzed everybody.
No,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, like
it was like deafening, and you're on your knees, like ah.
There was guys
like an energy ray or
apparently there was,
laser.
and again, this is all like who knows if this is real or not, right? But there was guys that they supposedly interviewed that were like the bad guys
Okay.
there, that's or even just citizens in the area,
Yeah.
that were like, this thing went off, whatever it was. Your head felt like you were going to explode. You went to the ground. You started throwing up. Your nose was bleeding, like stuff like that.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. I mean, like, there was virtually no resistance. Like, we just flew in there,
Yeah.
dropped a couple guys off on the roof. We got him. All right, take us out.
But
Like,
what was the reason that we nabbed him for?
well,
What was the real reason?
Ask the FBI.
Oh, okay. We don't really know.
Well, he was.
What
getting
are we
out-
saying?
He was getting out of line. He wasn't doing why we put him there.
Yeah.
I'm saying that like I'm part of the
Yeah.
U.S. government.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like. But that's what I.
This wasn't like
that's what I think
trafficking, or
happened.
this wasn't like drugs.
Supposedly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh.
I think he got out of line on a couple fronts, and the drug front seemed to be a big one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that was way out in the open.
So
yeah.
that's we could do a whole episode on that too, that kind of stuff. But back to
I don't know enough about that.
back to the Epstein stuff. I mean, how
do we?
how does this?
I
how
only
does
brought
this-
that up to show you the level of control that we could, that is out there.
Sure. How does this go now?
Okay,
Like-
so how this goes is, do we think Trump is going to let Giselle or whatever her name is, Giselle Maxwell out?
I think
Like, is she going to get a pardon for speaking?
Personally, I think a pardon's coming.
Okay. We're going to can we put money down on this? Is this something
mean,
they bet on, Andy?
They do. Yes.
They do?
Oh yeah, there's a big line
gosh.
out on.
There is a
Polymarket.
line on?
One of two
Okay.
things has to happen to her.
Okay.
She has to either die or she has to be so tied down and convinced not to talk that she's going to die.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of those two things has to happen because she knows everything,
Well, yeah, and these
right?
movies
and the
said-
thing is she, when you go back to that, she's in custody. So do you think that these people that have her in custody aren't getting anything out? They're getting something. They know exactly what's going on. But all these other people, all these big powers, individuals, are just sitting there going, man, if that woman talks.
Right.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
And what would
And then I think about it like, are they even going to get in trouble? Because
No.
because everyone's been talking about it anyway and
Yeah.
nothing's happening. But either way, I don't think they let her go rogue and just start spewing the stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because I feel like, well, you can't allow her to go rogue, but by your argument, your underlining argument throughout this entire discussion, yeah, you can.
Right. Like, what's going to happen?
What does it
Yeah,
matter?
right.
And like, let's say Tom Hanks does go to jail for 10 years. Like, does that help me in my case?
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
So I think the biggest positive that happened is that the level of awareness of this type of evil has gone up. And even our celebrities and our scientists and all these people that Epstein took to that island, they're now privy to it. Like, man, why do you want me to get on that jet? Why are you offering me a free, flight from San Francisco to New York? Why are you offering me that? So I just think a lot of net positive has come from what has come out thus far.
You know what's kind of sad is I don't know that I've seen anything that I'll say, our government as a whole has actually done anything in regards to this, right? As far as like holding anybody accountable. But then I see like, what was it, like the British monarchy? Like, wasn't there a guy that was involved in this that they just like excommunicated because his name was in it?
Yeah.
There was a bunch. You're seeing a bunch of these like major corporations kicking folks off their board. Getting rid of CEOs.
yeah, that doctor
whatever.
from what's his name?
Yeah, that Peter
That Peter Attia guy.
He lost his
Thiel.
positions.
Peter Thiel.
Thiel, yeah. I mean, so you see people, organizations, taking this seriously and saying, "Whoa, we're not going to stand for this."
Yeah.
But you don't see
Our government
doing it.
shit.
You
Well-
don't see it happening in the U.S. government. You see it happening in some U.S.
But
corporations.
you know why the corporations are doing it? Because there's the majority of people, or they're selling a product. Like that David, well, he sells the David bars. Well, I didn't want to buy those anymore because he was still there. Well, then they outed him. I'm like, heck yeah, I'm going to be buying them bars again. Right? It's that type of stuff
I think a lot
where
of
the
those-
people are going to determine.
net-
So they feel like it's just like the Bud Light stuff. Like
a net
it's the
positive.
people.
It's a net positive. It's going in the right direction.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we want more, and you think you want more. I don't know if you do. And who knows what our government's doing behind the scenes.
I personally want more. I want the whole thing to burn down. I mean, I want them to come out with every single one of these individuals who has been involved in this, in illegal activity of, hurting kids,
Yeah.
whatever all the other implications are, and pull every single one of them out of their position, out of power,
Yeah.
reset the thing.
I would love that. And term limits, the nursing home that is our Congress, clean that out.
Yeah.
Didn't we
Rehab it?
hear this before? It's been years that people were going to go in there and drain the swamp.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
what about
we
that?
did.
Yeah, what about that?
I mean, when is this going to happen?
Well, I don't know. We keep waiting.
Yeah, it's all a slow process, and I do think the tides have turned. But man, I
They
the
need
only
to
reason I
turn
brought
more.
up the Venezuelan thing is because it's really deep. Like there's so much
Yeah.
we don't know.
Yeah. I mean, how,
Oh, on everything.
again, all these people, it's so frustrating when you sit and look at it. You look at all these people at the top, and again, we go back to this construct, this Republican and Democrat, and all these people pointing fingers at each other about this particular topic, and then running on ideas that we are going to get this out, and we're going to get all of them, and we're going to bring this, light to this darkness, and blah, 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 and now still nothing.
You say nothing. There's a lot that's happened. I think it's
the only
being
thing that
tamped
I
down.
see that has happened is that they just released some files, and you hear talking about it in the media. I
We don't see
I
Harvey
haven't
Weinstein getting arrested because he was nasty.
I haven't seen
He did,
anybody.
didn't
No.
He might have. I don't know, but I haven't seen anybody really get held accountable.
Well, Jeffrey's dead, or even if he's not on the streets doing his thing.
Oh, they've seen him. He's been spotted.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that picture too. Grok
did
said
look
it's
like
not,
him.
Yeah, it did. But AI said it's not him.
Right, because
I don't
AI
know.
probably did it, but whatever.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, I think that would really help just the American psyche if justice was served to a few assholes, even if it was just a few.
Yeah.
That would be a good start.
But yeah, to your point, things have been done, but nothing massive.
that
No
also-
human, no big person, big name, no Oprah, no Ellen, no all these people have no one has been held accountable.
And we talked earlier about all these girls who did all this thing in Epstein's ring, and then a couple of them that got held accountable for it, right? And that it wasn't fair, and all the rest of them got away with it, and whatever else. It's the same thing. Like all these dudes and some women have participated in this, have done what they've done. If only a couple of them get strung up, it's like, okay.
So this brings the one thing that, and this was a few years ago, Joe Rogan would always speak highly of Trump for was when. Remember, his first campaign was the little term that got coined was "lock her up."
Yeah.
Lock her up.
Yeah.
And they had all that dirt
Yeah.
about. I think a lot of it stemmed from Benghazi and Hillary Clinton, and I think a lot of it was true. Like
Her email servers and all that.
she fucked up. She broke
Yeah.
the law in a lot of
Yeah.
different ways, and he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna lock her up. We're gonna put that bitch." And then he took power, and everyone was like, "Well, okay, indict her." And he said, I can't do that because could you imagine putting the first lady of a two-term president in prison? That would make America look really bad. I could not do that on the face of, for keeping the integrity of America alive. And I guess now you're saying, screw it, throw them all in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't
I'm on
think-
board. I don't.
I don't think that would. I mean, obviously, that would make people say like, "Oh man, look how messed up America was. Their first lady had to get thrown in prison." But on the other hand, it would also be looked at like, "Well, look, those dudes took responsibility and went after the wrongs that they found and are fixing it," as opposed to not doing anything. Everyone knows that it happened.
Right.
Then the look is, look at those idiots. They all know it happened and they just deal with it.
And it's going to come back around to you. Like you pull that trigger and you put the made up construct of a Democrat in prison. Well, the Democrats are going to come around and put some Republicans in prison.
I promise you that the rest of the world is looking at this kind of shit and just laughing.
They've got to be.
I mean, they're just like, look at those idiots.
It's just history repeating itself, right?
In some way or another, I guess.
Yeah. We've got it so good that we got to invent some of this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
And a lot of it, I mean, it's like you said, you go back to the good and evil. It's been going on for a long time. I mean, good and evil has always been there.
Yeah.
So this is just how it's manifesting itself right now.
Right. And I think I get into some of those old history and documentary shows, and as far back as you want to go, like with like the Neanderthals, however you're supposed to say it now, like, man, it looks like human sacrifice was a big part of it. Same with the Mayans. Like,
Yes.
this is nothing new.
This isn't exactly.
nothing
Yes,
new.
exactly. It's like this is
It's just-
still
yeah.
crazy though. You just don't do that.
Well,
Humans don't eat humans.
I guess if you're a billionaire, you do. I don't
But,
know.
Like,
Why do you think they're doing that? Like, are they like, do they think they're getting some kind of health benefit or something?
I saw
yes,
some-
there is. Supposedly, if you scare somebody that's alive, your body does something with your blood. And then when the blood is like oxygenated, and then someone drinks that blood, they get more of whatever
Holy
from the
shit.
juices.
Jesus, I don't know.
Well, you said it, Ben. Like, do you
don't know.
get something more? Yeah, supposedly that's been scientifically studied.
I just wonder is like, did they decide to do this because they think they're getting some super health benefit, or
I think they're
or did
satanic,
yeah,
and
that's what I was going to
it's
say.
the
Did
devil.
they decide to do it because it's some kind of ritual?
It's a worship thing. It's got to be. I mean, I don't know.
And I think I was watching some documentary on satanic type of rituals and stuff, and one of the things that was said was the energy that's given off when an innocent life is taken is like immeasurable.
Yeah.
Like it's a high beyond all highs.
Oh, it's like not even a physical thing. It's like
like
just something that
and everybody's just getting off in a way that is hard to imagine. You know, so. I'll just stay in my lane as a simpleton with my beer. You know?
yeah.
I'll be.
You'll get your buzzes from
entertained.
Busch Light.
Yeah, entertained in a very simplistic, non-demonic way.
Right, exactly. I'll be, continuing to pray for these weirdos and have my Jesus.
My thing is, I'm so tired of all of these things, not just Epstein, whatever else, coming up and then going away, in a couple of months. And when we know, like, they're really bad things.
Yeah.
I hope that everyone keeps this. And it seems like, as a people, we are. Like, there's a lot of pissed off people. There's a lot of stuff on social media right now. There's a lot of big podcasters sounding the alarm, saying this is bullshit. We've had enough. I hope that continues.
But I think
Sean Ryan, he found himself in the middle of a pedo fight that he wasn't really intending to, I think, be a part of. He keeps trying to beat the drum and not let it die. What's his big thing that money going to Al Qaeda, right? Is that what he's really, or the Taliban?
Taliban.
That's the drum that he just keeps trying to beat, and that money's still going there. Our tax dollars are still going to that terrorist organization.
Yeah.
The one I thought we could get behind is support U.S. beef. Man, I think it's a wrong move, but it makes sense that we're importing more beef now. We've raised the taxes on Argentina. I feel like that could be a good common folk story that we could keep alive, like Sean Ryan's keeping the Al Qaeda thing alive.
The fight for beef.
Fight for beef.
Right? Yeah. Well, man, it's food scarcity, so a big domino. If that falls, a lot of things open the door. So, but anyway.
Ben, go ahead.
This is just such a deep topic and ugly, and that's another reason I don't think it goes away. It's by design, but also like people don't want to consume their thoughts, and I agree with it. You don't want to consume your thoughts with this.
Right.
type
No,
of
it's
madness.
depressing. It can be too much, but I feel like what you were saying, Ben, I think over time it will slow down because it just starts getting old to people. I mean, I want to keep it in the news and in the light and people held accountable, but I think over time, if we're not given more and more and more information, then it slowly fizzles out.
The only way people get held accountable for things like this is that people don't quit talking about it.
I agree.
I mean, you can dial it down to like your own house and how you raise your kid, right? So if your kid goes and does something wrong, if you kind of bring it up to them and then never talk about it again, they didn't get any kind of punishment, they feel like they got away with it, nothing is learned, right? Nothing happens. It just goes away, and then they go on to do whatever they want to do again. It's very simple.
Yeah.
But if you, as the parent, make it a point to talk to them, to go through it, to not let them forget, to help them understand what right and wrong is, these kinds of things, right?
Yeah.
Then it gets fixed. Right. So on this bigger scale, if we just quit talking about it, they're just going to be like, okay, they quit talking
We're
about
good.
it.
We're good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
we're
move
safe.
on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
People have to keep talking about it. And as I said, I see a lot of these big podcasts and other outlets pissed.
Yeah.
And they are saying way more stuff than us.
They're mad at our government. They feel like they've been taken advantage of.
Yeah.
They feel like they were told one thing and now something else is happening. And I agree with them.
Yeah, I do think that's a really good thing that happened a few years ago was our media got so out of whack and so blatant that it really allowed for the rise of a lot of independent journalists. A lot of times people like that lady you were talking about that try to break a story and it's like, oh, not only we're not going to publish that, we're going to rewrite it for you and you're fired.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So now you're seeing a lot of these people hop up on X and on YouTube and kind of telling the full story, and it's up to you. It's Elon Musk says it. You are now the media. You are the media. You know, and I like that idea of the responsibility's on you. You know, do you want to open up your ears or do you want to stay in your bubble?
And speaking of him, he's not ever been in any of the files, and he was out of buku money. So
He's been in plenty of files, and he got caught too. But I think
he was?
I think he's one of the guys like you're talking about, Ben. Like I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. But,
I haven't seen him in anything, but I could be wrong.
He tried to deny say that he didn't want to go there, but dude, there's emails and text messages of him straight up saying, "When can I get back there? When can we go? I've been working hard on SpaceX. I want to frickin' party." And when he says that, though, that could just be coke. That could just be cocaine.
Right,
you know,
right.
that doesn't mean that. And that's where people need to not be so narrow-minded and understand all the tentacles here. You know, Trump was on his plane, I think, twice.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean Trump went there and ate a kid or something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I don't want to go to bat for Elon or Trump.
True.
You
Yeah.
know, like, I don't know. I don't really know.
What I go back to is that age-old thing. Like, if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, it's a duck, right? This stuff is right in front of us. I mean, when you look at some of these individuals and the patterns of behavior that they've shown over the years, and then we're going to try to say, oh, no, they probably weren't involved in that. What do you mean they probably weren't involved in it? Look at what they've been doing their whole life. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This is exactly what they are involved in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it isn't that hard to figure out.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that that's Elon. Actually, as a matter of fact, I almost think that it's kind of the opposite with Elon. Like, I look at him the other way where, like, he's the kind of duck that is – I've never seen anything or heard anything from him that has to do with – doing bad things to women or treating women bad.
Yeah.
Like
we kind of have with our president.
He's had some stuff with his, I think it was like, I don't know if it was his wife and then his daughter, son, whatever, all this kind of thing, right? But you didn't have this out in the open, blatant, like talking bad about women, saying crazy things, you know, and laughing about it, you know, all this kind of stuff like that a lot of these other ones do.
Yeah. Yeah, and also, if he did have something to hide, then when he bought X, he would have ran it exactly how it was being run. You know, so like just on the surface alone, he's actually opening up communication and giving people a voice back. Where if you did have something to hide like that, probably wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
you know, just basic.
And he continually sticks his neck out there, like he says things that normal people cannot say because they would end up lost.
That's
Lost?
a good way to put it.
Yeah.
They would end
Or
up like
off.
those two fellas in that car on Church Road over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It is. It's deep, but I do think there's a huge net positive, if nothing else, just the awareness side of it.
Well,
Yes.
hopefully-
Yeah. If we're going to take a positive, bringing awareness as the people continuing to talk about it. Don't go too crazy because it could be depressing, but be aware and know some information.
And notice your neighbors. Take care of each other.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you do. You have to stay connected at some level. You have to be aware of what's going on, you know, around you. You can't just live in that hole, you know.
Right.
It's not number one, it's not healthy, and number two, it's not doing you any favors, you know.
Yep. Yeah, take the lead from Mr. Pink in Reservoir Dogs, right?
What's that? I haven't seen that.
What?
Yeah, I know.
That's
I don't know what you're talking
that's
about.
everyone's what you have to do now. It's a Quentin Tarantino movie, one of his first movies.
I don't know why I've never watched it. I've heard such good things about it, and I just have
Really?
never
You're a
sit down and
movie
watched
buff.
it.
It's just a heist movie.
Yeah.
But man, like Quentin does, he threads a lot of
So it's an
fun
old one.
dialogue. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and Mr. Pink is Steve Buscemi, however you want to say that.
Yeah.
And he's one of those guys that he's awake. He is awake.
Huh. Have to watch that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, this was
All
a
right.
long one.
Yep.
I don't
Yep.
know. We might have like zigzagged and went to.
Then we'll do a movie review
Confused
next
people.
time. We'll talk about Reservoir Dogs.
That'd be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to have to watch that. All right. Well, have a good week, people.
Okay. Yeah. Anything
Take
else?
care of each other.
No.
No.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Peace.
Later.